Welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. Today we're going to be going over how to create this amazing 3D pop-out effect. Let's get started. There's a link provided in the description to download these images that we're working with today. The first image we're working with is this phone background, and we're also going to work with this water layer that we have here. The first thing we'll do is create a rectangle using our rectangle shape tool. Click and drag out. I want to change this to white. And using my direct selection tool, I'm going to click on this corner here and drag it just to the edge of the screen. We'll click yes. The operation is going to turn a live shape into a regular path. We'll click yes. I'll click on the other corner here and drag that up. I'll click on this corner, drag that out. And the last corner, we're going to drag that right about here. And I'm going to just make some minor adjustments so that we make sure we have that match that we need. Sure, here I want to see where's the corner of my screen. And I think that looks good about there. Click enter to confirm. Now I'm going to add an inner shadow to our rectangle layer. To do this, I'll go into effects, inner shadow, and our opacity will be set at 75. Our distance set as 0, our choke will be set to 31, and our size will be set to 21 pixels. When you have those settings, just click OK. And now we have our inner shadow. I want to change my blend mode to darken color so we can get that effect that we have here. Next, we'll be working on our water layer. So I'm going to select my water layer, make it visible, and bring it above the top layer. There we go. We're going to change this blend mode to multiply, and we're going to press Ctrl T to bring up our transform options. Ctrl T. And up top here you see the height and width options. We're going to select this little link icon so that we can maintain the aspect ratio. And I'm going to set this to 80%. Hit enter. And we're just going to place this into position using our move tool. You make sure that the ripple fits within the screen here. The next thing we're going to do is add a layer mask to our water layer. For the sake of the tutorial, I've already masked this image out. So what you want to do is create a layer mask that's something similar to what I have here. We've masked out the blue from outside of the screen. And we've masked out around the water droplets that you see here to create that realistic 3D pop-out effect. The next thing we'll do is duplicate our layer, our water layer. Ctrl J to duplicate. I'm going to set the blend mode to screen. And now I'm going to add a hue and adjustment layer. I'll set my saturation to -65. And I'll set my lightness to 5. That's looking good. I'm going to press this little icon here at the bottom of the properties and hue and saturation so it can clip to our water layer. We can X that out. Now we can select our rectangle layer, right click, convert to smart object. We're going to add a layer mask because we want to get rid of some of these hard lines that are on our screen. So we'll click on mask. Using our brush tool, we make sure that our foreground color is set to black. We're going to zoom in and get rid of some of these hard lines that are on our screen. I have my brush and it's set to 0 hardness at 50 pixels right now. So we'll just work with that. And we're just going to brush away some of these hard lines that we see here. Move this around here. Let's see if we get it on this side here. Yeah, there we go. We can zoom back out. Now that we've masked out some of the hard lines on our rectangle layer, I noticed that this water layer is a bit too bright, and that's because we didn't clip our screen water layer copy to the bottom layer here. So if you hover your mouse right between both layers while holding the Alt key, you'll click once, and there you go. Now you have a more natural watercolor effect. The next thing we'll do is press Control, Shift, Alt, and the letter E to merge all layers. I'm going to select top layer first, and then press Control, Shift, Alt, and E to merge our layers. The next thing we'll do is use our smudge tool to readjust some of this blue here and move it over to the corner. So I'm going to set the mode. I have my smudge tool selected, and we're going to set the mode to lighten with a strength of about 33%. And I'll zoom in here and just smudge some of this over here. There we go. To give it a much more natural effect as opposed to having this dark corner here. There we go. We can X that out. And when you feel comfortable with that, we can zoom back out, and we're going to move this corner in now. There we go. That's looking much better. Now we're going to press Control, Shift, Alt, and E to merge our layers again. And we're going to go into Filter, Sharpen, Smart Sharpen. I have the amount set to 24, the radius set to 4.7. I've reduced my noise about 59%, and I have it set to lens blur here. When you have those settings, select OK. Now you sharpen the layer a bit. And the last thing that we'll have to do is go into color lookup in our adjustment layers. We'll select color lookup. At the top here, I'll set this to horror blue .3DL. I'll X out of there. We'll switch our blend mode to lighten. And there you go, you've created the 3D pop-out effect. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. If you can, also mash that like button. If you have any tutorials that you would like us to upload, please leave us a comment below. Until next time.